Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us at the second day of Global RCE Conference. The meeting will start at 9, but we'll do some exercises to wake up our mind and body before starting the meeting. Now, let me introduce to our instructor. This is Mrs. Sakamoto Nobuko from OSK Sports Club. OSK Sports Club is celebrating its 53rd anniversary this year. It is a comprehensive sports club. It operates under the philosophy of delivering health and happiness to the local community through exercises and sports. Through community-based health promotion, they are also contributing to creation of sustainable society. Welcome, Mrs. Sakamoto Nobuko.
おはようございます。おはようございます。はい、皆さんはじめまして坂本と申します。昨日の夜は楽しい時間過ごされたでしょうか。
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Did you have a fun night last night?
はい、ではこれから体を動かして今日も一日実り多き一日にしていただけたらと思います。
Let's do some exercises to make a fabulous day.
では皆さん立っていただいて
Everybody, can you stand up?
少し隣の方とぶつからないように広さを間隔空けましょう。
Please make some space that you are freely available to move.
OK、では深呼吸から始めていきます。
Let's take a deep breath.
はい、では息を吸います。
Breathe in
吐きましょう。
and breathe out.
吸って
Breathe in
吐いて
and breathe out.
今度は上に向かって背伸び吸って
Raise your hands up
吐いて
and breathe out.
回って吐きましょう。ではその場で足踏み
Let's start marching on your spot.
普段しない動きかもしれませんが朝から頑張りましょう。では今から手を上にアップダウンアップ肩肩甲骨胸の周り動かしていきましょう。
Let's stretch around your shoulder and your breast.
アップダウンアップダウン。じゃあ今度は大きく腕を回します。
Let's rotate your arm.
回します。回しましょう。今度反対前から後ろから前に逆回し。
Let's do it anti.
はいよ。2はい、OK。レフトシェイク。
Shake your hands
手を組む。
and cross your fingers.
左へ倒れて体側。
Stretch to the left
チェンジ。
and change.
回す。
Stretch it all around your body.
チェンジ。はい、OK です。では止めたら今度はかかとを上げる。
Raise your heels up
上
and
げる。
down.
下
Up
ろす。かかとを上げる。10回いきます。
Let's do it 10 times.
9、8、7、6、5、4、3、2、ラスト。はい、OK です。では片足を少し前後に広げます。
We'll put our one foot in the front and one foot in the back.
後ろのかかと
And stretch your heels.
3、2、OK。後ろのかかとアップ。両手腰。ダウン。
Heels up.
アップ。
And you want to stretch your buttocks.
アップ。かかと上げたまま。ダウン。アップ。4、3、2、OK。チェンジです。
We'll do with the opposite.
ではかかとをしっダウンダウン弾ませます。4、3、2、OK。後ろのかかとアップ。両手かしダウン
Let's straight our buttocks.
ダウンアップダウンアップ。あと4回。4、3、2、OK。マッチ。
Let's start marching again.
最後はちょっと頭の体操を入れてみたいと思います。
At the end, we're going to use our brain to exercise.
パー、グー、パー。
We're going to make paper and rock.
パー、グー、パー、グー、
Rock to your chest and paper to the out.
パー。胸の前がグーです。正面前に出したとき、両手は開く、閉じる、開く、閉じる。少し形変えます。前。OK。チェンジ。
Change.
チェンジ。
Rock to your chest.
チェンジ。チェンジ。チェンジ。4、3、2、1。4、3、2、
Four count.
1。2カウント。せーの。
Two count.
1、2、1、2、1、2、1、2、1、2、1、2。ワンカウントでせー
X
の。
very fast.
早く早く早く。前がパー、胸がグーです。皆さんいけて大丈夫、いけてますね。4、3、2、OK。
OK。
グー、パー、グー、パー。もうだんだん皆さんの頭の中でわかるでしょうか。変えますね。グー、パーです。チェンジ。前がグー、前がグーです。チェンジ。前がグー、チェンジ。チェンジ。チェンジ。4カウントいきます。
We'll do
せ
this 4
ーの。
counts.
4、3、2、1。4、3、2、1。4、3、2、1。4、3、2、1。4、3、2、1。2カウント。
Next 2 counts.
ワン、ツー、ワン、ツー、ワン、ツー、ワン、ツー。前がグーです。前がグーです。胸がパーです。ワン、ツー、ワン、ツー。ワンカウント、せーの。ワンカウント。ワンカウント。
One count.
あ、歩けてますか。足動いてますか。では胸が前がグーです。4、3、2、1。OK。
OK。
はい、では深呼吸吸いましょう。
Let's take a deep breath.
吐いて吸って吐いて肩アップ
Shoulders up,
ダウン
down.
吸って吐いて吸って吐いてシェイクシェイク。はい、頭横
Stretch your neck.
センチ回す、ゆっくりと回す。
And make a rotation.
反対 OK、頭上げてください。では最後背伸びで大きく深呼吸吸います。
Let's take a deep breath
吐いて
and breathe.
One more step 吐きましょう。はい、皆さんありがとうございました。
Thank you
体
very
温ま
much.
ったでしょうか。良い一日をお過ごしください。ありがとうございます。
Have a wonderful day. Thank you very much. Nobuko Sakamoto, thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. How was the welcome reception last night? It seemed like there was lots of smiles and interactions. We'll do our best to support you and ensure you enjoy the meeting today. I'll be your moderator for today's session. I am James Kazuma, a senior of Okayama University Global Discovery Program. Once again, students from two universities in Okayama University in Notre Dame, Seishin University, who are members of United Nations Universities SDG University platform, will be assisting with the operations. Now, let's move on to the meeting. Mrs. Miki Konishi will introduce the program of day 2. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. And good morning, good evening, good afternoon to the participants who the online participants who are joining us from across the world. So I hope you took the nice rest and feel refreshed to today's conference. And yesterday we had a variety of programs, and we had also some opportunity to talk with each other, but also dance with each other at the night reception. So I feel the atmosphere here is a little bit more relaxed than yesterday, and there is a sense of unity, stronger unity than yesterday. So before we begin the introduction to day 2, I would like to take a quick look back at what we did yesterday on day 1. So the conference started with a wonderful Japanese calligraphy performance by high school students, which set the cheerful and also encouraging tone for the conference. And day 1, they delivered a wonderful and inspiring message to us to consider sustainable future and act together. The remarks from the representative by UNU, United Nations University, Okayama City, Ministry of Environment of Japan, delivered encouraging message highlighting the importance of this milestone conference. Then we launched the 20-year RC publication, celebrating RC community's remarkable journey and collective achievement over the past 2 decades. The keynote speech by Professor Zhu called us on to shift from the education in 20th century to 21st century by humanizing education, nurturing empathy, compassion, and balance between people and the planet. Plenary session 1 offered valuable insights highlighting the differences and commonalities by regions, achievement and challenges and future actions. Plenary session 2 highlighted the power of collaboration across sectors and generations within the respective local context to drive transformative change. We also celebrated outstanding and promising initiatives through ESD Okayama Awards and RC Awards 2025. Congratulations once again to all the awarded projects for their remarkable achievement. So we can see some happy faces on the picture. So today, on day 2, we continue to build on the momentum from day 1 to rethink learning for a sustainable future and learn more concrete action from our CEs. Today, we begin with a keynote speech by Her Royal Highness Princess Djigma from Burkina Faso. We are honored to have Your Royal Highness here today. And she's a distinguished leader in sustainable development, education, and empowerment. We look forward to inspiration from Your Highness. Plenary session 3 will be an exciting session co-designed and co-facilitated by young leaders from RCE across the world. We are very much look forward to learn from your insights, voices, and to act together. Next, we move to breakout session part 1, consists of 5 different breakout sessions. So we can learn from our CEs concrete action, how they implement ESD for 2030, and how they utilize emerging technologies to advance ESD. During the lunch break, we will have also parallel poster presentation on first and on the ground and second floor, and more than 50 organizations and RCEs will present their concrete actions, and you have also the opportunity to directly communicate and learn from them more about the project. After lunch, we'll have another 5 breakout sessions focusing capacity building and workshops. So we'll have the opportunity to develop our skills and broaden our perspective about worldview to further think about the future and also rethink our learning. After the break, so everyone come to this venue again, and then we will, each moderator of the breakout session will share the key takeaway from breakout sessions. Then come discuss the conference to the highlights of this conference. Plenary session 5 will have the session to officially adopt the Okayama Declaration 2025. So thank you very much, all the contributions and valuable inputs, feedback. All of your comments will be integrated and reflected in the final version. So an exciting program awaits us today, offering opportunities to further exchange your ideas, actions, partnership, and co-create new pathway for the next chapter of the RCE community. In closing, I would like to remind us the messages delivered by the high school students yesterday. Each of our small actions can shape our better future. Let us bring smile for our planet. Let's act together for a future where no one left behind and for the dream we wish to fulfill. Thank you, and I wish you all the fruitful discussion today.
Thank you. The next program is Keynote Speech 2. Its moderator is Professor Mario Tubucano.
My dear colleagues, friends, and fellow members of the global RCA community. On this second day, let me begin by conveying to you greetings of peace and goodwill, and good morning to all. It is a great pleasure for me to be with you again as your session moderator. My name is Mario Tabocanon from the Asian Institute of Technology, and I welcome you to Keynote Speech 2. As in the first keynote yesterday, this session is brief, 30 minutes. And this time, it will consist of a 5-minute opening remarks by the keynote speaker, followed by a video. And then, yesterday I gave you the bad news that there was no Q&A. Now, today I give you the good news that there will be Q&A, and not only that, it is an extended Q&A. So thank the keynote speaker for that. So let's get started. It is my distinct honor and privilege to introduce our distinguished speaker, Her Royal Highness, Princess Abze Djigma, is a Mosi princess from Burkina Faso and a leading representative of the traditional authorities in Africa, convener of the African Royal Houses for SDGs. She is the initiator and leader of the Mama Light, as you know, initiative for sustainable energy, distinguished by the United Nations General Assembly in 2015 as one of the 14 breakthrough solutions to achieve the SDGs. She brings over 25 years of experience of rural development and working with local communities as well as with the United Nations, and she is internationally recognized as a role model for empowerment of the less fortunate, for recognizing the importance of informal sector and for unleashing the potential of women and youth in developing countries. Your Royal Highness, Senior Negotiator on Environment and International Climate Change Policy Design, over 20 years, including the Sendai Framework and the COPs. She is co-chair of the UNFCCC Paris Committee on Capacity Building and LDC Coordinator on Just Transition. With the Muritao and Burkindi Coalition Capacity Building Initiative, which delivers integrated 2 tasks, adaptation and just transition, and delivering the momentum of the Bako to Belim roadmap and advancing resource mobilization. Ladies and gentlemen, we are very, very fortunate to be hearing a visionary perspective on education for sustainability from Her Royal Highness. May it please, Your Royal Highness.
Thank you very much, dear Mario, for the warm welcoming and from your kind words and the kind introduction. Allow me, before I start, to thank the people of Okayama for their warm welcoming, the governor of Okayama Prefecture, the city mayor, our representative of the Ministry of Environment with us today, the UNU for their leadership on the RCE, and of course, my deep, deep respect and humble with my dear friend, Professor Nasu, president of the Okoyama University. Why am I emotional by saying that? Thank you for recognizing my work, and I know that your universities has distinguished me with the honorary doctorate. And this is a recognition for the less fortunate people. When I got the invitation to come here, I didn't expect to see that much work has been done. I have been saying always that a lot is done on the field, but often we don't highlight it. And I'm so happy to see that with the network of the RCA, of the UNU, we are walking the talk. You are experts in the room. That's why I decided to change the format a bit, because we learn from each other. We're not here to just be in the sending mode in the classroom. And I think that the colleagues who are online, thank you very much for following us wherever you are. Good morning, good evening. It's an honor for me to stand before you and to share our expertise, humbly what we have done so far. As a Highness is coming with responsibility. I'm at the service of my community. First is the people, last is the people. We are just the continuity, the continuum, the legacy. I'm the legacy of Her Royal Highness Princess Yenenga, who has been a warrior in the 12th century to defend what we call today Burkina Faso. Then it's take a lot of responsibility. There is a name to keep on going and making sure that we keep improving. Education for sustainable, starting where you're born and where you're coming from. When, as a woman, of course, I have my daughter, she's 20 years old now. But our babies, they're learning already in us. When we're listening music, they will be tend to listening the same music that we learn, and they will be amazed by themselves by saying, well, I like this tone. Why? Because we got born with all the seeds. We are not different than our communities of plants or our communities of those who's crawling or underground. We have a common principle, which is the DNA. And the importance of moving forward, we have all the skills, we know what to do, and we need to dare to think on the unthinkable. And the unthinkable, sometimes people died for it, and we are enjoying those technologies. They have been punished, even been killed for their way, for daring to. And with academia, it's a place. And I will quote Professor Nassou saying, university need to be a do tank. And that is the reality. How are we matching the needs of the people, the needs of the market? Yesterday, I won't come back to that. It has been touched upon, that we are here to make sure that we're responding to solve the issues that our people are facing. I remember at the Sendai framework, quoting our late former Prime Minister of Japan, Shinzo Abe. And I remember that what he said, when he was a child, he learned that when disaster happens, look at the highest point and run as fast as possible to reach it. So he has learned it when he was at primary school. The importance of bringing the knowledge, breaking it down, and the simple wordings that we can carry on, it is important. Of course, we are policy designers. I can go into acronym, but people who will be listening that YouTube won't understand because they're not in the ecosystem. And that is important for us when we communicate to make it simple. Simplicity must be at the core of our communication, at the core of what we're bringing to our people. Building on existing is important, as we are the legacy. I built on the existing of the wisdom of my grandmother who passed away at 110. And she told me, I wish at that time that I had all the technologies to record. Often I quote her. I built on her knowledge. She has been an extreme powerful expert for me. That brings me to another point where we talk about natural-based solutions. Those are names that we put on concepts. But our people, they are scientists. Just one example in my country, Burkina Faso, we had Yakuba Sawadgo. He passed away a couple of years ago. He has been awarded by the Alternative Nobel Prize. And colleagues who was in Burkina Faso were saying, he do like a scientist. I say, hold on. He is a scientist. Before you went to academia and make your research. You got your PhD because you have studied him. You analyze, and you have another way of communicating and bringing the knowledge. The way we are storing, we're coming from storing our information on stones and on walls to building on AI on data centers. What next? Maybe neuroscience also will be the other way of storing and having energy efficiency. I think, dear colleagues, we got it all yesterday and the question regarding to the youth. The youth are our strong asset. I'm coming from a continent, it has been said yesterday, where we have a strong part of youth who compose our communities. They are not an issue. They are not a problem. They are our asset. And we make sure that we give them the space to be part of the policy-making scheme. Our president in Burkina Faso is 35 years old. But when you see what he has done in a few years, we made a jump and we continue making a jump. What I have been saying, recognizing the value of the traditional authorities, we have been dealing with the climate threat. It's not the first time. We had the sweet spot in the time capsule of life. We live in the sweet spot that we enjoy, and now we are facing, but we will adapt. The beauty of human being, that is one of the wonderful fruits of love, and that we should share it. And technology also coming from pain sometimes. But the beauty is that we take a revolution on that and come up with something meaningful for our people, for our relatives. That also brings medicines, or will push you to become a medical doctor, or push you to create the next tool by love for your grandmother, for instance, because you saw your mother in the kitchen and you produce tools, and that's become a business. What we need to do and how we monetize and catalyze all of this. And as a policymaker, of course it didn't come overnight. You need to take the seat, you need to showcase that you're capable, and continuing, because it's not the door is open, you will always face hurdles because life is not linear. We have the up and downs. That brings us our resilience. And that is cool. And we need also to have that hope, give our youth hope. Because sometimes when they listen to the youth, they think that life is not that good. I can tell you, life is fantastic. You will meet people that you love, who will cherish you, who will stand before you, behind you, and outside also. Friends, you maybe not come, I used to say, but Nesu is my brother from another mother. We're coming all from the same continent. Science have said that. We are all Africans. When we say brothers and sisters, you are my brothers and sisters. For millennia, you have been elsewhere, I stayed there, but you are always welcome. And we need to keep that spirit of solidarity, and that will give us the strength when difficulties appear, we can move forward. Next slide, please. Just this is why I started the Mama Light initiative, because simply it's coming from a need. It's not for a business, because, as I said, they're our legacy. They need to make sure, it's my duty to make sure that they have the means and the enabling environment to study at night. That's how it started. I said that I will stop there, we'll see the video, and we will engage. It's just to kickstart the conversation. We are here among friends. Miki Konishi just said, we have that friendship where families, we dance together, we share the food, as Nasu said yesterday. We have shared the food, we know we are in good hands, we are at home in Okoyama. But meantime, my daughter is 28 years old. It's just to show you, and some of the kids, one is a medical doctor now, another one a lawyer, and it's overwhelming for me to see. The kids yesterday in their draw, they say, every single little step counts. For me, as the next investment. So thank you for listening. I'll pass the floor to my moderator, of course.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Princess, for your insightful, fascinating words about education for sustainability and the concept of the Mama Light initiative, which is well known to us in terms of achieving the SDGs. It's SDG 7, is it? Right. So now we open the floor to some questions from you. Please ask tough questions to the princess. And she has consented to answer those. Yeah, Sainal, Professor Sainal, you have the floor.
Thank you, Princess. I'm Zainal from RC Greater Gombak. It's very enlightening to hear that come from Princess, coming from that perspective. My question is that I really like when you mentions about a university should be a do thank. Do thank. Yeah? Because we've been struggling. The RCE, in fact, is an effort to break up the perceptions on the ivory tower. But that has always been a struggle because ranking and etc. keep on pushing the university to different directions. Mm-hmm. But your experience and whatever connection that you have, the networking that you have, how do we move forward now? Because yesterday we were talking about, Zul was talking about community university, trying to break that. But what are other ways so that we can really go on the ground rather than still talking at that upstairs level? Yeah?
Thank you very much, and I like this question. That's why, as a co-chair of the Paris Committee on Capacity Building, although it's not part of the proceedings, I say, has in the position of leadership and the policy design, it's my duty to propose the Muchirao Burkindi Coalition on Capacity Building Initiative. We already catalyzed with France, with investors, $1 billion to invest in programmatic projects. Because you do have projects on that you have a business case, showing with the simplicity again. I'm coming back into the simplicity. What does means adaptation for an investor? If you talk to him about natural-based solution, what is it? If you start saying that water storage, do you have technologies to store water? Do you have technologies to make sure that don't waste my harvest? This is a business case. For him, will be very interesting. I think those are we can leverage on the policy, the legal framework. Legal framework is very, very important. In Burkina Faso, we are moving because we completely renewed the legal framework. You need to have the good legal framework that will capture the investors and also capacity building. If you have the skilled people, investors will come. It's not only about the money, but the fact that you have the people who are able to fast track your business growth and return on investment. Money is not the issue, it's the people. We go back again into the people. And these universities are training us. And we need to come out and make sure that we are matching the needs with the solutions and the market.
Okay, another question? Oh, yes, we have several. Would you please state your name, your affiliation, and the question? Briefly, please.
Hey, good morning. My name is Ahmad Ali from RCE Greater Gombak. So I think one of the things I feel most inspired from your the video just now especially was seeing how after you provided light, the students are actually able to study more and like they're able to answer the questions, which means they're actually interested in studying. They really want to study, which compared to a lot of developed nations, children and the youth, they don't want to study. They feel, as Professor Zul mentioned yesterday, they feel depressed with education. So we can see the differences, how in a lot of developed nations, education has become a burden. Education is something that is, forced upon and people are no longer interested to gain knowledge, to seek knowledge. So how do we make it so that perhaps I think if a lot of the youth actually see or experience what you face in Burkina Faso, maybe they will feel more inspired or they will understand more the value of education, the value of having having the opportunity to seek education to begin with, whereas us in the developing nations, most of us are just relaxing with what we already have. So how do we try to bridge that into the current generation and the future generations?
Thank you very much. I think the future is in your hands. This is to inspire you, and we need role models. And also, how I was saying, dare to think the unthinkable. At least I made a proposal. It's not maybe if the proceedings don't allow, it doesn't mean that I will stop the Muchira Burkini Coalition on capacity building. When I started that project, nobody was believing on it because I was sure that it was the right thing to do. And I could give my life to that. And trust, when you have the trust of people, you need to deliver. And I encourage you to continue on the pathway that you have and have that critical thinking and the trigger and pushing the politicians to do to put the right legal framework. It's your right to have it.
Thank you very much. I think one last question because of time limitation here.
Okay, thank you very much.
Roger, please. Yeah.
What I'm really excited about is your role as a princess and connecting that to ESD. In RC Saskatchewan, we've had the Lieutenant Governor, which is the representative of King Charles, as our patron for an RC for now 10 years. And what's exciting about it, how many doors it opens up for us. Because, for example, our Indigenous people, they don't really necessarily like working with the Government of Canada or our provincial government, but they see a really strong relationship with the Crown. And similarly, that honorary role really has provided a real opportunity for our annual recognition events and so on. So do you have any advice about how other RCs might connect to have honorary patrons in their region, or would there be some opportunity for the global RC network to have honorary patronage of various monarchs around the world and so on? Is that something that would be interesting or worthwhile doing?
I think, that's what I was telling. It's about continuity. The trust from His Majesty, the King Charles, didn't start with him. So it's a legacy. That is the legacy that we have. And we have that powerful task that if I can go in any single royal houses, it will be open. Because we have been trusting each other for millennia. And the name says something. When you come to us, you come to trust. We're not here for ourselves, but we're here in our kingdom in Africa. We are at the service of the community. It is my own money that I take to invest there. I have been a consultant at the board level with KPMG, and I use the money to invest because I know that it's the right thing to do. And I'm mobilizing my network to continue and go beyond Africa with the Muchira Burkini Coalition on capacity building, with the Baku to Belém roadmap, $1.3 billion to invest every year up to 2035. It goes beyond because, again, we are brothers and sisters and we need to come together in a joint task. And the Burkindi, the definition is whatever you do, you put integrity, humility, and altruism at the core, with respect with all beings and the universe, with the rest to come. That is what's drives me since millennials, and it didn't start with me. And that's what we have. I organized the network of networks of the African royal houses for SDGs, and we're connecting also with other royalties. We are not under, we are not above, we are the same. If I'm in front of, and just to echo what you said, the differences at the international level, at the adoption of the COP, of the Paris Agreement, and it's the true reality. I have been asked to go into the back seat. I say, this morning you have, at that time it was Prince Charles. I say he was sitting in the front. I'm not different, I'm the highness also. Look on the badge, I don't need to go into the back. You will find a solution, ma'am, I'm sitting there. That's where it starts also, we need to force respect. A highness is a highness. It doesn't mean a people is a people. I'm not above you, you're not above me. What counts, it's the content. It's the power of love for your people to continue. And what is the legacy that you want to leave behind yourself when you leave that part of the world for elsewhere? I hope I answered to your question.
Thank you very much. Now, the princess will be around for the day and will be available to answer your questions during the break for those who raised their hands especially and we could not entertain them. So with your permission, may I close the session by thanking you, Your Royal Highness, for your fascinating and very insightful, inspiring, motivating words about education for sustainability, which begins from birth, wherever you are. It goes beyond non-formal education, lifelong, holistic, and all the characteristics that RCE actually is promoting as well. And yesterday, I remember, Jung-Hui, in your panel plenary, you asked a question about the engine, why RCE has thrived for the last 20 years. The panelists answered so well, and also the keynote speaker yesterday responded because RCEs are embracing the concept of university, communiversity. Now, let me tell you, today's keynote is really a big part of the answer to that question, because RCE's framework, which Miki showed yesterday, the signature diagram, where you had the formal education sector, non-formal, there were 3 linkages, if you remember, 3 links. One is lateral, informal, non-formal to formal. The second link was horizontal, which is multi-stakeholder collaboration. The third one, which is very important, related to the title of your talk, which is vertical integration. Lifelong, going beyond formal. So lifelong, from birth until the end of life. So that is the compatibility between what you're talking about, Princess, and the concept of RCE. That's why we thrive for the last 20 years. So with those words, I thank you again on behalf of the audience and wish everything well. Thank you. The session has ended, but conference goes on.